I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Not every star can change the course of an industry with a single decision. But Kim Taehyung is more than just a star, he's a phenomenon. From international fashion runways to HYBE's financial reports, from the art world to global business strategy, Taehyung's influence is no longer just about music. He's a living economy, and his every move shakes the entire K-pop ecosystem. Hello everyone, welcome back to K-pop News, where we don't just cover the news, but also unravel the stories behind the forces shaping the K-pop world today. And this time, we'll be discussing one name that never leaves the spotlight, both on stage and behind the scenes: Kim Taehyung, or V of BTS. In the fiercely competitive Korean entertainment industry, only a handful of idols have managed to build as much influence as Taehyung. But interestingly, that influence now extends beyond artistry and popularity to economics, corporate strategy, and even the future direction of HYBE itself. As BTS enlists in the military, many are wondering, what will HYBE do without its biggest group? Interestingly, however, HYBE's internal reports show considerable stability. And one factor that has quietly exerted a significant impact is Taehyung himself. As one of the most influential faces in the world of fashion and luxury branding, Taehyung's exclusive collaborations with brands like Celine and Cartier have created a remarkable domino effect. Every time Taehyung appears in a global campaign, HYBE's search rankings, social media engagement, and even the company's market value experience a sharp increase. Cultural economists even refer to this phenomenon as the V effect, a term referring to the increase in brand value and company exposure directly related to Taehyung's activities or presence in global media. HYBE, known for its astuteness in reading trends, seems to fully understand that Taehyung is not just an artist, but also a corporate asset with real economic appeal. 2024 marked a major turning point when Taehyung was officially named a global ambassador for Cartier and appeared as a featured guest at various prestigious fashion weeks in Paris. Furthermore, several major brands began to use the name V, not just as a representation of a K-pop star, but also as an international cultural icon. The impact is felt all the way down to the consumer level. Every product associated with Taehyung immediately sees a surge in sales, even in non-Korean markets. This phenomenon makes Taehyung one of the most powerful cultural ambassadors the Korean entertainment industry has ever had. And even more impressively, all of this is done without excessive promotion, simply through personal charm and authentic artistic credibility. Taehyung's economic influence has also shifted the direction of HYBE's business strategy. Several market analysts note that HYBE is beginning to expand its focus into the fashion and lifestyle sector, inspired by the positive impact Taehyung's popularity has had on the global scene. Collaborations with global brands, such as clothing lines and creative projects under independent labels, are believed to be the new pivot of HYBE's economy after BTS's era as a full-fledged group. In many ways, Taehyung serves as the blueprint for what HYBE is trying to create: a multi-talented artist with global influence who transcends musical boundaries. However, what sets Taehyung apart goes beyond his commercial wealth. Behind the scenes, he is a man of art and integrity. Every project he chooses, be it music, fashion, or endorsements, always aligns with his image: elegant, poised, yet meaningful. Taehyung never simply sells a name. He builds a narrative. Every collaboration feels like a living work of art, from the choice of visual concept, color tones, to the emotional meaning behind each photo. This is what makes major brands see him not just as a model, but as a true creative partner. Taehyung's impact doesn't stop at HYBE. He's also changing the way the world views K-pop as a whole. While K-pop was once seen as mere mass entertainment, now, thanks to figures like Taehyung, the industry is beginning to be recognized as a global cultural and economic force. Some international business journalists have even written that K-pop is no longer just music, it's a cultural currency. And Kim Taehyung is one of the key figures behind that transformation. After seeing how influential Kim Taehyung is in HYBE's business direction, a major question has emerged among industry observers. Is HYBE establishing Brand V as a standalone business entity? This rumor is not without basis. In recent months, indications have emerged that HYBE has begun developing individual branding strategies for each BTS member, and Taehyung appears to be the primary focus of this approach. The reason is simple. He possesses the perfect balance of commercial appeal and artistic credibility. If we dig deeper, HYBE is no longer just a music agency. They are moving into a multi-sector ecosystem encompassing entertainment, fashion, lifestyle, and even digital technology. Interestingly, Taehyung's elegant, serene, and sophisticated image now reflects HYBE's new visual strategy globally. Campaign designs, color tones, and even the promotional methods for HYBE's new artists. Everything now seems inspired by Taehyung's signature aura. Simple yet impactful, minimalist yet luxurious, soft yet powerful. In several HYBE investor meetings, analysts have noted that the company's global image is now softer and more sophisticated than in previous years, and many believe this is a result of the aesthetic influence of Kim Taehyung. Taehyung is not just an artist, he's now a cultural communication tool. When he wears Celine, attends an art exhibition in Paris, or posts a simple portrait on Instagram, the world takes notice. Every detail of his appearance conveys a subtle message about how K-pop can adapt to international tastes without losing its Korean identity. HYBE recognizes this value. They are now developing projects where idols are not just performers but also cultural ambassadors who convey Korean cultural values in a globally accessible format. And among all the artists under HYBE's umbrella, Taehyung is the most successful example of this strategy. The economic impact of the V phenomenon cannot be ignored. According to data from several Korean marketing agencies, every time Taehyung appears in an international campaign, HYBE's brand exposure increases by 25 to 40% in the first 2 weeks after publication. This effect is even greater than typical endorsements from other top celebrities in South Korea. Furthermore, several investor reports indicate that HYBE's stock performance tends to be stable amid market turmoil when Taehyung is involved in major activities. This means that he not only acts as a cultural icon but also supports the company's economy at a level rare in the modern entertainment industry. Some analysts even call Taehyung a human stabilizer for HYBE, his influence maintaining market confidence in the company amidst BTS's transitional period. Even though all BTS members are now focused on their individual activities, Taehyung has managed to keep the group's identity relevant without overdoing it. He never separates himself from BTS, but has also managed to establish a strong personal identity. This creates a perfect balance. HYBE maintains BTS as a major brand, while at the same time, they have Taehyung as a premium figure who extends the brand's influence into broader realms, fashion, art, and cultural diplomacy. With this approach, HYBE is now preparing for BTS's future not just as a music group, but as a global cultural institution, and Taehyung is a leading figure in that strategy. We are witnessing a new phase in K-pop history. Once, K-pop focused solely on songs, performances, and fandom. But now, K-pop has evolved into an economic system where the artist's brand image, fashion, lifestyle, and philosophy are as important as the music itself. Taehyung is a symbol of this change. He proves that an idol's true strength lies not only on the concert stage, but in their ability to create sustainable economic and cultural value. HYBE is capitalizing on this phenomenon intelligently. They are now developing a long-term strategy where their artists will be developed not just as musicians, but also as brand ecosystem creators, following in the successful footsteps of Kim Taehyung. And now, as the world awaits BTS's return after their military service, Taehyung has already begun to expand the boundaries between music, business, and culture. He is not only an inspiration for a new generation of idols, but also an ideal model for how an artist can change the face of a company.